Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I'm attempting to do something that I've never done before, and that is making my own clay from scratch. I've been inspired by other creators to make this as a fun project, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to turn out. The most common recipe I have found for this involves cornstarch, glue, baby oil, and vinegar. Now, I forgot to buy vinegar when I was at the store, and I didn't feel like going back, so I used cooking oil as a substitute, which I don't really recommend because the vinegar apparently is important to keep it from molding. I'm just going to work with what I have and then get started. So I'm starting out with the cornstarch and the Elmer's glue in a microwave safe bowl. This is just the base of the clay that gives it that soft, smooth texture once it's finished. And once those two ingredients have been added, I'm going to mix both of them together and then add the other ingredients, including the cooking oil, the baby oil, and then add the lotion once I need to start kneading the clay dough. So once all of the ingredients have been added, I go on to just mix it up as much as I can to get it to the consistency it needs to be. I went into this knowing that my paste was not going to be like others' paste. From videos I've seen, their paste is a bit more runny and mine is not exactly like that. So at this point in the process, I was really scared that this was not going to work. But I still had hope, so I just kept going with it. I wanted to see what would happen once I microwaved it, so I heated the mixture for 1 minute total, but I did it in 20-second intervals. So after 20 seconds, I would take it out of the microwave, mix it up a little bit, put it back in the microwave for 20 seconds, and after every 20-second interval, I did notice that it would start to thicken up. That's why I did go in and stir it a little bit. But once it was finally out of the microwave, I transferred it to my work surface and I started kneading it. This part did take a little bit of patience, I'm not gonna lie. I added small amounts of lotion at a time as I worked the clay to keep it smooth and prevent it from cracking. On here it looks like it was a very efficient process, but this actually took maybe 10-20 minutes. It was pretty time consuming, just having to knead the dough constantly and work that lotion through it, make sure it's the consistency that's supposed to be. The test that I kept seeing from different artists is that you should be able to tear it in half and it should form a teardrop shape. So that's what I was trying to go for. Obviously, I knew mine was going to be perfect because I should have added vinegar into it, but it still looks pretty good for what it is. So after some time of kneading and adding the lotion throughout it, I did notice that this was actually coming together quite nicely. Again, I went into this with very low expectations because I did some things I shouldn't have done. I should have added more glue to the mixture. I don't even know if I added a cup of glue because I just poured the entire bottle of Elmer's glue into the mixture. I should have added vinegar, so I did some things wrong. Don't follow what exactly I do, please. Please go to the store and get the ingredients that you're supposed to get and do the proper proportions. Don't follow exactly what I do. This is just my own little fun experiment, and I'm just really curious to see how this turns out, so we're just here for the ride. So at this point, I needed to experiment and see that if I teared the clay into two pieces, would it create the teardrop shape? Nope, it's still not at that stage yet. Still need to add more lotion. So I'm just going to keep kneading in more lotion until it finally creates the teardrop shape once I tear it in half. And at this point, I did want to experiment and see if I added some lotion just to a small amount of the clay. If I mixed it up well enough, would the teardrop shape happen if I tear it in half? Thankfully, it did actually work. I was very happy about this, that it was actually successful. And knowing that this was actually going to work, I went ahead and just added more lotion throughout the rest of the clay just to make sure everything else is at the right consistency that it's supposed to be. So now knowing that I'm actually going to be able to try and sculpt with this homemade clay, I wanted to portion it out and see if I could dye it different colors using acrylic paint. So I'm just portioning it up with my blade. The bigger pieces are going to be colors like white, tan, beige, And then the other colors that can be random, like red, yellow, blue, the primary, the secondary colors, all of that. So I'm starting out with white acrylic paint to dye the clay white. And I will say it did take quite a bit of white acrylic paint to get this stain. And I think that's mainly just because I'm using a bigger portion of clay to dye it white. If I used a smaller amount, maybe about 2 tablespoons of clay, it wouldn't be as much paint that I'd have to add. Like for the other colors that were smaller proportions, it didn't take me as much paint, but since this is a bigger ball of clay, of course it needed more paint in order to dye it the color that I desired. But I think it turned out to be pretty successful. But I am curious to see how the dyed clay compares to the original clay that I made, just to see how everything sculpts, how it looks when I form a ball. Is it smoother? Is it more cracky? I'm just curious to see and make a comparison. And after forming a ball of each, I noticed that the dyed clay was just a bit more gummy, probably because I added more liquid to it. So I think that was just expected. Knowing that dyeing the clay did work, I wanted to try and make other colors like the primary colors, like yellow, red, blue, and then moving on to making secondary colors just to see how everything mixes together, just as a fun experiment. Now, before I started sculpting with this clay, I did see online that it is recommended to store your clay for about 24 hours before starting the sculpting process. But I actually waited about a week to actually sculpt with it again. I had some other projects come up, so I had to wait to actually sculpt with it. So this is the clay about a week later after I initially made the homemade clay. And here's the part of the process that I have been waiting for, and that's actually sculpting with the clay. Seeing if this is actually going to work, seeing if it's actually going to harden, if it's going to crack, if it's going to stay smooth. All of these questions pop up in my head as I was going about this process. And again, I went into this with pretty low expectations because I knew going into this that I didn't do everything correctly as I should have. I didn't add vinegar, and I didn't add as much glue as I should have added, so I went into it knowing that it was probably going to fail, but I still was just really curious to see how well it was going to work for what I made. Obviously, there are much better recipes out there, but I will say, so far, based off of what I created, it's really not that bad. It's really not. It was actually not bad to sculpt with, not my favorite. I'm not a fan of working with very gummy clay, but I will say at the same time, there is something very satisfying about sculpting with clay that's very gummy, and I also just enjoyed this process because I wasn't really going into it with any expectations, so I guess it made me just more relaxed. Just knowing that I was pretty open to anything that was going to happen, and I think because of that, it just made me more relaxed. So I decided to make just some very simple sugar cookies out of this clay. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. I think later on, after it is hardened, I will go in and add some sprinkles and a little bit of varnish. But I just wanted to keep it very simple because I didn't want to sculpt anything too intricate and then it crack and fall apart. Again, I'm just having fun with it. I will say one thing I loved about this clay was cutting things out was like super satisfying. I was a big fan of that. Now, I will say keeping its shape after it's cut out was a little hard because this clay is very gummy, but the initial cutting process was like super satisfying to me. I don't know why. I just loved it. I was a big fan. It's been about 4 days since I sculpted these, so they're pretty dry at this point. I'm able to tap on them with my finger, and as you can hear, it's pretty loud. I did do a little test on each cookie to see if the frosting would come off, and the frosting did come off on some of them, and I just went in with some super glue just to attach them back on. And I let the glue dry for about 30 minutes, and then I moved on to the next step of the process, which is attempting to add varnish to these clay pieces. And it's really no different than any other clay piece I've brushed varnish onto. It still has that nice shine to it, everything looks really good, and I did want to use the varnish to put some sprinkles on the cookies. So here are the finished pieces. I'm actually still surprised that this actually did turn out okay. It was just really fun to try and make clay from scratch. It's just something different, something I've never done before, and if you're watching from home, I recommend that you try this out if you're looking for something new to do. I will be leaving a better recipe for this clay in the description box, that way you can check it out if you want to try it out. Until the next clay adventure, I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!